Hi. You're gonna choose one of these papers. It has a country, all right? And then up top, you're gonna see the countries up there. Find that country, sit in that group. For example, if you get Mexico, it's gonna be Mexico, seat 3, okay? And then there's a sheet of paper here. You're gonna grab it and answer the questions on the board, all right? Here you go.
I don't speak no Spanish.
That's what this class is for. You're in the right spot. Welcome, welcome. Hi. All right, so go ahead and take a card. Hi. It's gonna be a country. The countries are up top. Look for that country and that desk number. 3 things that I do like to focus on in the beginning of the year is setting myself up as a teacher. The students know exactly who the teacher is, what my role is. My role is to educate and support you. The second one is building rapport and community with the students and them within themselves as well. And the last one is just setting an overall positive classroom environment, right? A lot of PBIS. All right, thank you for getting started. On that sheet of paper, the half sheet of paper that you received, go ahead and answer these 5 questions. So number 1 says, what is an important life lesson you have learned? Why is it important? All right. 2, what's the best way that you learn? Explain why. All right. Number 3 is, what is your favorite food and why? Number 4, what is your favorite hobby? What do you like to do for your free time? And 5, which is your strength? Only select one of these 4 options, right? My strength is writing, my strength is speaking, my strength is reading, or my strength is listening. So some of the routines I established on day 1 is you're gonna enter the classroom and there's already a warm-up activity, there's like a bell work activity, something that they already have something assigned to them. That way they know every time I come to this classroom, the first thing I'm gonna do is find my seat and I'm gonna go straight to work to activate prior knowledge, to pique interest. That's part of my routines and my procedures. Okay, very good. Every time you hear that bell, that means that we're gonna end our conversation and then we're gonna come back as a class, all right? So first of all, thank you for doing that activity, for participating. On that sheet of paper, go ahead and write your first name and your last name. Every day before we begin our class, we're gonna go ahead and review what we're learning and what we're gonna demonstrate to show that we actually learned what we said we were gonna learn, all right? So we have our learning intentions and we have our success criteria. So if you're number 3 in your group, you're number 3, you're going to read only the learning intention to your group. One of my key routines and procedures for entering the classroom after doing the warm-up is reading the learning intention and success criteria as a team. Right, so one person will read it to the team. It could be person 1, it could be person 2, person 3, person 4. It varies from day to day. Also the success criteria. That way they know exactly what they're gonna learn and how they're gonna demonstrate mastery towards the goals, right? They need to know what's going on. Research shows that if you know what you're gonna learn in that given period, you're gonna have higher chances of attaining that goal. Number 4, go ahead and read the success criteria. Number 4.
I can explain the purpose of taking Spanish and I could build community with my teammates.
So you're in Spanish 1 for honors. Okay. So what will we be doing this year? Right? So first, we definitely want to show you how to ask and answer questions using Spanish. All right. So if you could do that, you're learning those real life skills, those real world skills. Also, you're going to learn how to read and write in Spanish. Okay? If you've never spoke Spanish or you've never read in Spanish or you know 0 Spanish, you're in the right class. So some of the tips I give the new teachers that I like to model is always dress professional, right? We're at work and we want the students to see, hey, the teacher is standing right there. We want to know exactly who the teacher is. The teacher should not be blending in with the students, right? I use a lot of proximity when teaching. So not being in one place for too long, making sure that I walk around the classroom. That way I could offer help, or I could praise, or I could correct if I need to. That way the students are aware, hey, the teacher is right here, and the teacher's gonna be over here next. So I gotta always be aware that what I'm doing, the teacher will probably be right next to me. Okay, awesome. There's a sheet of paper there. Go ahead and answer those questions there, all right?
Alonzo?
Were you here yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes, okay, Alonzo, where were you sitting at? What country? You remember? El Salvador. Alonzo? Oh, Sebastian?
Yeah.
Sebastian, you go by, which one do you go by?
You guys?
Sebastian? Okay, welcome. The music, please. And then go ahead and answer the questions there. And then, hi, you were here yesterday, yeah? Hey, what was your name? Always smile, right? Always smile at the students, greet them, look at them in the eye, give them a head nod. Sometimes if you give them a handshake or a fist bump, just to build that connection, right? Saying, hey, the teacher sees me. I'm not just coming in to my seat without being recognized. And it just provides that opportunity to start building some type of rapport since day one. Hey, the teacher's gonna be outside the door every day. The teacher's gonna learn my name and greet me by my name every single day. And it might not be a success day 1, day 3, day 5, but before September comes, the teacher will know my name, the teacher will know how to pronounce my name, and the teacher will know who I am and something about me. We're gonna go ahead and continue. Now, I'm going to model how to do this activity, all right? So we're gonna pretend that you are me, okay? You are me. So go ahead and stand up, this team, go ahead and stand up. Okay, you're me, all right? So the reason why I have my students in groups of 4 the very first day of school, that way they know what the expectation is, that you are in a team, your contribution is important to the team, there will be accountability. This branches into A, you're gonna be teaching your teammates, and B, you're gonna learn from your teammates. And opting out is not an option. So there is gonna be an accountability piece where everyone has to participate, and you will be held accountable by your teammates and by myself, the teacher. This activity is called Mingle Bingo. It's a class building activity. You cannot ask people from your team any questions. Okay? You can't ask anyone from your team. You already know your teammates pretty well. So you have to ask other classmates. All right. So by doing these team building and class building activities, it helps me out in the future because students, A, they know who their teammates are, right? But also they know who their classmates are. So it creates a safe environment where the affective filter is lowered and they get to take those risks and feel safe taking those risks.
Let me see. Have you used social media in the last 24 hours? Okay. How do I spell it?
Team building, class building, it continues once a week, twice a week. But when we move to content, they already know that this is a positive environment and it was set up since day one. It wasn't set up in September. It wasn't set up, that's too late. October is way too late. You got to do it in the beginning, right? And then you can move into the content. Go ahead and grab a glue stick. First letter. Are you new? No, you're not. First letter?
Okay.
Caitlin? Karen? Karina? K. I'm gonna learn it, all right? Kimberly. Okay, you weren't here yesterday, right? No. Okay, you're gonna need a glue stick.
Glue stick?
A glue stick. And then first letter.
Not Destiny, not Delilah.
Daphne. Yes, you're gonna need a glue stick. The strategies I use during the first days of school to learn the student's name is I have a seating chart and I'm always looking at the seating chart, taking roll. I begin to associate the student's face with the seat they're sitting in. I also make sure I call on the students. I ask them what their name is. And, I'm outside of the door trying to learn their name. How do you say your name? Remind me of your name. Once I kind of start getting an idea, I start testing myself. What's the first letter of your name? And then I try to guess. Oh, what's the second letter of my name? That way they're knowing that I'm paying attention to who they are and what their name is and how to say it. M. Melissa. Yes, okay, welcome. You're gonna need those items right there. First letter. S, Sebastian. Yes, you're gonna need those items. My ultimate goal for the first day of school for myself and for the students is I wanna create that classroom environment where students know who they are, who their neighbors are, who their classmates are, who their teammates are. They know who I am, and they feel comfortable, they feel trusting in the environment where learning can take place and they can take a risk in that learning. Ahora, pregúntale, ¿cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Gwendolyn.
Gwendolyn?
Yeah.